Alright guys, let's see how you did. We're going to look here at page 23. I have just a copy that I have made here that looks essentially the same. And let's start with your problem. The problem says the school library receives money for every book sold at the school's book fair. The ratios represent the number of books sold, so the number of books sold to the amount of money. That's what we're checking to see if those two things are proportional. Create a table and then graph and explain if the quantities are proportional to each other. So we want to look at the number of books sold is the number of books sold proportional to the amount of money the library receives. I before E except after C. C-E-I. Sieves. If I spelled that wrong, forgive me. Okay. I always think it's easiest to start with a table. So we're going to take our data here. 1 to 5, 2 to 10, $15 for 3 books. So it's 3 to 15, 4 to 20, and 5 to 25. So let's make our table. X is our number of books. X, the number of books. Y is money. And 1 to 5, 2 to 10, 3 to 15, 4 to 20, 5 to 25. Now you might be asking, like, why does it look different? What's the point? They want us to look at this as, here's a ratio written with a colon, here's a ratio written with the word to. This is a ratio written as a verbal description. Part of our understanding of ratios and proportions is that we need to be able to identify that ratio or that rate from several different representations. It could be a written description, it could be a ratio, it could be a table, etc. Okay, now let's take this up here and let's graph it. I think I'm just going to go, I'm actually going to go in the X. Each box is going to be worth 1/2. So 1, 2, skip 1, 3, skip 1, 4, skip 1, 5. Okay, just to kind of spread those out some. Now, again, what should I make my increments here in my graph? Well, I think there's 20 spaces there. It's got to go to 25, so they can't be worth 1. Making them worth 5, that would be easy. Let's just do 5. Let's make every other space worth 5. So like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So each space is really worth like 2.5. Okay? Alright. When X is 1, Y is 5. When X is 2, Y is 10. When X is 3, Y is 15. When X is 4, Y is 20. And when X is 5, Y is 25. Connect those, and that appears to be a straight line. My tracing is a little off. Maybe I should have used a ruler. It appears to be a straight line. It appears to go through 0, 0. So we can make our notes up here. Straight line. Check. 0, 0. Check. It meets our criteria for a proportional relationship. Let's go to the table, because when we graph by hand, it could be a little imprecise, right? So we need to make sure that in the table it is proportional. One of these could be off by just a little bit, and we might not notice it in our graph. So let's check it out. Y over X, right? 5 over 1, that's 5. 10 over 2, that's 5. 15 over 3, that's 5. 20 over 4, that's 5. 25 over 5, that is 5 as well. So y over x is equal to the constant 5. We could say that K, our constant, is 5. Okay? And we could even stretch this a little further, write an equation for this, right? We learned from the beginning that we write equations for lines, or excuse me, for proportional relationships by saying y is equal to kx. Well, in this situation, our constant is 5, so I could say that this line has an equation of y equals 5x. And look, if I plug in 1 for x, I get 5. 1 times 5 is 5. What if I plug in 4 for x? 5 times 4 is 20. Y equals 20. It works. It's this equation plots the points on this line. That works. It also matches our data in our table. Okay, proportional or not, you need to write incomplete sentences. I'm going to shorten this. Yes. Why is it proportional? Straight line. Goes through 0, 0. Y over x equals 5. So we have a constant rate of, or a constant of proportionality. Might be a nice vocabulary, just to restate that. Constant of proportionality. Alright guys, so that's what your work should look like. Hopefully you have that. This maybe stretched it a little bit further than what you had, but you should have discovered that that is a proportional relationship. Alright, thanks. Have a good day.